Hi, I'm Cast Iron Katie, and today in the Dutch oven we are going to make from scratch cookies. This is going to be a very easy make for your camping trip. From scratch cookies sounds like it's a little more complicated, but the trick is that you can make it in advance. So the recipe I'm using is the white chocolate macadamia nut 3 from All Recipes, and it's basic recipe, but whenever you make it in advance, all you have to do is take some plastic wrap or a gallon size Ziploc bag, smash it out and freeze it. Freezing it provides ease for you whenever you go camping, but it also kind of dehydrates out the cookie dough, and that makes it more flavorful. So I already have made it, put it in the freezer, and now it's time to put it in the Dutch oven. The Dutch oven we are using is an outdoor Dutch oven. Has the pegs on the bottom, so it stands above the coals, and it also has the lip on the lid, so it holds the coals on top. So if the coals below, the coals above, it makes an oven effect. I used the lid of the Dutch oven as the base for how far out to spread my dough, so that would be a good gauge for you if you wanted to make it in advance. And we just plop it down in the bottom. How easy would that be for your camp out? Okay, our coals are ready to go, and this recipe calls for us to bake the cookies at 350 for 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do, since this is a very dark pan, I am going to do 325, and I previously cooked this at a high elevation, so I think that from that experience I'll be able to go with this very low elevation that we're currently at. So since we're going to do the 325, we take the number that is on the lid, which is 10, and we subtract 3, and that is how many coals go on the bottom. So I'm going to put 7 on the bottom, about the diameter of the Dutch oven. Okay, a little further apart. Oh, I always forget to tell you this. Okay, so when you're handling hot coals, you do need safety gear. I use tongs to arrange the coals. I have pot holders in case I need to actually touch the pan. And I have the lid lifter. Let me show you the lid lifter here. You'll need to have one of these for your Dutch oven. It lifts your lid, and it will also lift the entire Dutch oven out of the coals. Let's go ahead and put that on. Oops. And then as far as footwear goes, I wear closed-toed shoes. I prefer leather cowboy boots, but I'm sure that any closed-toed shoe is better than sandals. All right, so we have 7 on the bottom, and for the top, we take the number and add 3. So we're gonna put 13 on the top. This one is kind of busted up, so I had a few little tiny pieces that I'm gonna put in as additional heat there with it. Alright. After about 5 minutes, we will turn it to prevent hot spots, and 10 minutes, we'll take it off and take a look. It's been about 5 minutes. We are going to rotate the lid to prevent any hot spots on the top of the cookie. And we are going to rotate the entire Dutch oven to prevent any hot spots on the bottom of the Dutch oven or the cookie. Alright, we will check that again here at about 5 minutes. So this is cooked, baked for 20 minutes, not 10 minutes. And I also thought that the top wasn't getting done enough, so I moved 2 coals to the top. But that's the good thing whenever it comes to cast iron cooking, is you can always make adjustments for time and temperature. So we're gonna move this over here. Now I mentioned earlier that I had cooked this at a high altitude. It was 5,700 feet. We are about 300 feet now, and that's why I took into account the differences in the coals and the time. Also, when I was cooking at a higher elevation, it did take about 20 minutes for this to cook. I wasn't expecting that, but it has turned out quite well. It is pulling away from the sides, so that is a good thing. Into the cookie. This is a poofy cookie. I did this recipe on the waffle iron, so watch out for the waffle iron version of this baking experience. Also, those turned out poofier than I was expecting to. Very tasty, they're very good. Alright, let's see how they turn out. Ooh, they feel good. They feel like they are pulling out just fine. With cast iron, I never really worry if they're gonna stick. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous bottom to it. You have to do this. Next camp out, from scratch cookies. Whatever sort of cookies you want to make, it doesn't have to be the recipe I did. Definitely make the recipe ahead of time, freeze it, take it with you, put it in your Dutch oven, bake it. Amazing. The kids will love it. So good. This is Cast Iron Katie. Thank you so much for watching.